All right. I want to bring y'all up to speed on this DXY that I'm looking at. I am actually looking at EU. I'm looking at EU. That's where I'm gonna be taking my trade, right? But you need to correlate EU with DXY because DXY is the major currency, and you want to have a feel for where the major currency is going. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. This is the 1 hour time frame. Matter of fact, let's just start from the beginning. Let's just go to the top. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. All right, so on the daily, we see this major break. This is actually a weekly break. This large break down here that happened. The market come down, creates a floor, and moves up, right? Okay, we see that the market moves up into this area here and causes a reaction within this zone. So let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, we see a strong 5 wave up to the zone, right? We see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We see a 5 wave into the zone. It causes a reaction, and the market begins to move away from the zone. So on the daily, we see that the market is bearish. On the 4 hour, we see that the market is currently bullish, right? On the 4 hour, the market is currently bullish. Let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour, we see that the market had just turned bearish. Market has just turned bearish on a lower time frame. We want to see the 4 hour begin to turn over as well. But on the 1 hour, it's signaling that the market could potentially turn over. So we're going to look at this 1 hour because we do know that coupled with the daily, we know that the daily and the weekly is bearish. We know that the 4 hour has not turned bearish yet. And on the 1 hour, it's starting to signal that the market could potentially be ready to reverse. So on the 1 hour, we see that the market has just broke this low right here, which is a major low, right? We have a small break of this major low. So what we want to see is in this zone, what area could we likely get the reaction? So we see the supply, we see the demand to supply right here. We see the drop, base drop. The market is beginning to consolidate here. I'm expecting the market to push up into this base area and react from this area to continue to sell, right? This is on the 1 hour time frame. I'm expecting the market to move up to this zone, to this area. We do have a higher zone here, right? So be mindful of that. There is a higher zone here and there is a gap in the market here. So the market could potentially want to fill that gap, come up to the higher zone before the reaction. But I am anticipating the market to give us a reaction from this base. I am anticipating the market to give us a reaction from this base. So the market could potentially, let me show you what I'm looking at. The market could move up, right? Come up into this base, push up, fill this gap, then begin to sell back down and give us the sell, the drop that we're looking for, right? That's what I anticipate could happen. Or, right, or the market could just simply push up to the higher zone, fill this gap, liquidate this area here, and then give us the drop, right? It could do that as well. So just be mindful of these two zones because these two zones is where I'm looking for the market to turn over and go bearish. And it's going to be a big move bearish if it does turn from these areas. So let's go to the EU right quick where I'm going to actually place my trade. And you'll see in EU, we have similar traits of what's happening in EU as well as what's happening in DXY. You see what's happening in DXY and just pay attention to how it has common market traits, how it kind of looks the same, right? Because we do also on here, we have the demand, right? We have this rally, base rally here. We also have a gap here. So we have two zones as well. The same way that we had on the US dollar, on the DXY, we have two zones on the EU. We have a gap here. Remember, there was a gap in DXY. So this is a lower zone. This market could do exactly what the DXY can do on the opposite, right? It can come down to this area, right? Push down to this area, push up and buy, right? It could buy like this, or the market could potentially push all the way down, right, to this level, the lower liquidity block, fill this gap, and react from this zone and give us that buy, right? So it has similarities to what's happening in the DXY, but we are looking for this zone to place our position, or the lower zone to place our position, depending on what price does. If price give us a signal in this zone, we'll be taking a buy from this zone. If the price give us a signal from this zone, we'll be taking a buy from this zone. But most likely we want to see this gap get filled. So it may be this lower zone that we'll be looking at here, and this will place us in a nice discount area. Let me see what this field area look like here. Let me see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Oh, wrong. Hold on, guys. Hold on, excuse me, guys. Going crazy with my remote, right? Oh, let's see. Okay. So our discount starts at this area here. This is our discount, 764 zone, right? So this lower area could potentially be what we're looking for. Zone here, right? But we have a beautiful 618 area right here within our base, right? So we could get a reaction from the base. We have a 618 within the base. We have strong volume coming out of this base. Look at the big large candle here. This shows volatility, that the market is coming out of this, that buyers took control, and there's a lot of volume within this range based off of the shift in price. Look at that strong candle coming up out of there. So this could likely be our area right here, guys, this base. But if the market does drop lower, fill out this gap, we'll be looking at this second zone here. But this is EU. I'm looking for a reaction out of this zone. Let's just place some visual. Let's play some visual of what we're looking for. Let's see. Ooh, and we got a nice 900 area right here. I like that. I actually like this. This looks good. So we may go with this. Let's see. We have a nice round number right here. Let's just take a look at what we doing. Okay. So we got 11,900, a nice round number right here. And at this round number, hold on, let's take a look at the volume. Let's take a look at the volume. Let's take a look at the volume in this range. We have volume right here. Let's just take a look. Let's keep looking. These are one of the things of how you create high probable zones. You want to make sure that you went through all your checks and balances. Let's just take a look. I like this area here. This is a nice volume area here. So we'll be keeping it right here. Let's just take a look. So this orange bar is going to represent my volume node, right? That's my point of control in this range, right? That's the point of control in this range. This is my volume within this range. Let me see my field level. We have the 618 within our area, right? Within our point of interest, we have the 618. We have a volume node. We have this base that we was already identifying without looking at the 618 in the volume node. So that's just an added confirmation to what we're looking at Let's look at this area here. We have the 50 in this zone. Let's see if we can tighten this up and get a candle to candle. Ooh, that don't look bad there. Don't look bad. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm here messing with this, paying attention to these charts. Okay, so we do have a nice field level right here. We have a 618 field level. We have a volume node. So we have a good area right here that we can potentially get a buy from this area. We are looking at this lower range here where we have a liquidity block here. This is my point of interest though. I'm actually eyeing this area because it gives off more signals and more little signals that the market could potentially move from this area, because we have the cluster here, we have the consolidation here, we have the volume, this strong bar pushing out of this zone. This is also where our volume node is, and this is also where 618 area is. So we're looking at this area here specifically to catch this buy up. We are mindful that there is a gap down here and the market could potentially push to fill this gap before the move. So we'll keep an eye on that before we get into an entry. But overall, this is looking good, guys. We see the flip happening here, right? This is what we would call a demand flip, right? So we have the consolidation here. We see the market breaks to the low, sweeps liquidity, comes up, creates a small consolidation pocket here where the market accumulated liquidity. Then we have the push out, breaking the high. So the market could come back and retest this demand zone before it comes back up. So we're just being mindful of all of that. This is EU. This is on a 1 hour time frame. Once again, I am eyeing this zone here, and my point of interest is at 11,900, which is a nice round number. And we'll see what happens. The DXY, we'll keep an eye on that. I haven't checked the news, guys. This is pure analysis. I haven't checked the news and see what we're supposed to have happening with the US dollar today. But this is just strictly analysis, checking price, checking data. And this is what we're looking for, our point of interest for EU. Y'all stay blessed.